Hello and welcome to another reef tank update video. In this video we're going to be tackling our algae problem. It's pretty prevalent, as you can see. It's really thick on the grass, all over the rockwork. It's starting to get stringy, it's starting to get bubbly. It's taking over the tank, looking really ugly. You can see even some of the corals are struggling to deal with all the suffocation. I really tried to scrape the algae on the glass with this nano flipper, and it worked with all the green hair algae, but with all the crusted green cyano that was growing, it was an absolute process. It took forever to get the front and the sides of the tank and with the back of the tank. Even with my handy dandy other scraper, I just could not get that green off. After I went ahead and I scraped all the walls, this is what it looked like. A lot of stuff floating around the air. I'm using my wife's eyebrow brush. Sorry, wife. I love you. But yeah, I took it. One of the main things that you want with your brush that you're using for your algae is you want it to be strong, bristled. A lot of the toothbrushes out there, especially the cheap ones that you're going to want to buy for your fish tank, they're just not strong enough. They have the bristles, they have the handle. It's easy to get in there just like this, but you're not going to get the results that you really want. And I was fortunate enough to find this brush, which is strong bristled, and it's pretty long. It worked out pretty well. Yeah, but you can see there's an absolute amount of powder coming off from the green hair algae that I'm scrubbing. If you're wondering all that is all the nutrients. That is nitrates all up in my tank. You can see my arm was all nasty from all the scrubbing. So much stuff around in the water. But yeah, nitrates, any parasites, food, things like that, it all gets stuck in the hair algae. And removing it, getting it all like this all over your tank, it's not as bad as it looks. It's not going to harm anything as long as you do the correct maintenance to get it out. You don't want to keep it floating in your water column, of course, but this is definitely the way to go. Here I am doing a little water change, trying to siphon out as much of the debris that settled up on the sand bed, which is quite a lot. I will admit, it was a little too much for my 5-gallon water change. I only do 5 gallons because that's all the water jugs that I have, but it works. It gets me by, and it really helps you notice the maturity of my tank. It really, for me at least, it just kind of shows me where I am in my tank, where it is, and how it's doing. Lately it's been really nutritious, I guess, like some fucking cereal. But yeah, it's been real nutrient rich, and that's because I've been heavy feeding. I guess I'll let it out of the bag. I've been fighting a pretty bad parasite problem. It's ick. It has really damaged my tank a lot. I don't have the proper materials or the proper setup to do a copper tank, but spilled the water fucking everywhere again. Every single time. I don't really have the materials to do a copper tank, but I'm really trying my best to boost their immunity, keep them well fed and nourished, so that way they can, have the best natural ability to fight off whatever it is that's killing them, which right now I believe it's ick. Anyways, this is after the water change. You could see the corals are very nice and open. A lot of the hair algae just got sucked up into the filter. I put a healthy amount of filter floss in there. And yeah, I'll give you guys a little update on tomorrow what it looks like. But so far, this is the way to go. I've seen a lot of people struggling to manually remove it. And as far as the toothbrush idea goes, it really is pretty efficient. I will not lie. And it didn't even take that long to clear up. So hopefully tomorrow it looks even better. And I'm just doing a second scrape. This is after the water change, after it cleared up, just to kind of get rid of everything that settled back on the rockwork.
Okay, so it is the next day. As you can see, the corals are opening up well. There's a lot less green hair algae all over the rockwork. And what is left, it's very short. It's a little splotchy. In my books, that's going to be okay, because now the hermit crabs, the turbo snails, the tang, everything will be able to eat the hair algae again before when it's too long, nothing was really eating it, nothing wants to. I'm not really sure why. I think it's kind of odd how nothing wants to eat the bigger pieces of food, but hey, to each species their own, right? This Duncan coral is absolutely exploding. There's 4 new heads on the bottom, 2 new heads coming on the top. This orange frog spawn here is splitting. And actually, I was the red one. This is the orange frog spawn, and he is also splitting. My torch coral hasn't been doing very well. I'm not too sure why. If anybody has any recommendations, I think it's too much flow right now. Other than that, the tank is doing well. I think I'm just going to stay on with the brush probably once every couple days and see how that goes from there. Should be alright, especially in my little nano tank. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did enjoy watching and you're watching all the way to the end, please consider liking or subscribing. It gives me motivation to continue making videos and to continue talking to myself in front of my fish tank.